I will tell you that, Clark and Franklin, their playgrounds, I'm sure get used because they're there, but there are, in my opinion, adequate parks in Foster Park that's not very far from Franklin, and O'Toole Park, which is not very far from Clark. Cluckone is a concern. I don't think there's necessarily adequate park up in there, up in that neck of the woods, so we'll address that as the needs portray themselves. I do sit on the school design committee, and we'd had some early design workshop this week on Wednesday, and there was discussion of having an inclusive park as part of the school playground so that the neighborhood can use that facility like we do the other school facilities. So I do think that's certainly the intention of the school is when they do build their new playgrounds, which there'll be multiple playgrounds for that big a school, is that the neighborhood will be able to use them. So that would include those large apartment complexes. The dog park that you were referring to and the apartment complexes that are out there, as part of the parks plan is some amenities going to be added to Sunset Park that will include some play areas for the children that do live out in those neck of the woods. So yeah, Sunset Park is also the Walmart Park. Walmart didn't donate any money, so we don't want to give them their naming rights. But,
it's not too late.
It's in proximity of Walmart. Yeah, it's not too late if Walmart wants to deliver a check. So, but thank you very much. Anyone else?
How about a show of hands who would like to do this on a fairly regular basis, maybe quarterly? That's what I wanted to see.
All right, good.
Reed, you look like you got something to say, so you keep it kind of half standing up.
Mark, I didn't see any of the city staff raise their hands.
Right? They're past their
I'm Rich Cargan at 25 6th Avenue Northeast. I think the city's done a good job with the parks, with the new playgrounds. I take my grandkids there, and that new soft surface is wonderful. I want you to keep in mind that the walking trail around the city is probably the most used recreational feature we have. I see people there after dark, early morning. It gets a lot of use, and so keep that in mind. I would like to see upgrades to, people go to the lakes because there's water there, and we have 2 beautiful ponds. Let's make sure that we have good improvements out there that draw people in. The other thing, didn't come with this in mind, but somebody mentioned vans, and I use the recycling in the city parking lot by Ace Hardware. Could we get some signage there that to break down your cardboard boxes, cardboard only on one side, recycled on the other, no styrofoam. They have a really crappy sign there right now that's a metal thing that looks like somebody hand painted it as a child. It says no styrofoam. And I know we can't get perfect cooperation from the public to not throw full-size boxes in there, but we could at least put some signage up that requests them to do that. Okay?
Aren't those a lot of those dumpsters designed to where there's just you have to break it down to slide it?
The cardboard one.
Yeah.
But the recycled one that's supposed to have plastics and papers, oftentimes people throw full-size boxes in there without breaking them down.
So back to vans, it's come up a couple times, and in the last month, as already just said, I think their contract is up at the end of this year. And I think there needs to be some very firm discussion about multiple issues, a few that have been brought up tonight. Vans recently sold to a new company, so it's not owned by the vans we're used to of the past 20 years. It is now owned by a new company. And I think for me, there's been enough put on my radar to where we're gonna look at that contract pretty darn hard. And they're gonna know we're gonna look at that contract because there are a lot of issues with it recently, so.
Yeah. And more timely pickup too, because oftentimes you'll go to that cardboard thing and there's all sorts of cardboard laid on the outside because the thing is stuffed full.
Yeah, Scott Pegler used to tell me that it could almost be a daily pickup.
Yep,
I mean, he's not there anymore, but he
Right.
used to tell me that. So.
thank you
Thank
for your
you,
time.
Rich.
Thanks, Rich. Reed, last chance?
Next time.
Okay.
Anyone else?
I appreciate the turnout tonight. I'm mildly surprised at the number, but I'm happy with the number. You know, a lot of the things that were mentioned today could be mentioned at any of the council meetings on the first and third Wednesday. Tuesdays.
Wednesday is golf.
Gee whiz, no wonder nobody comes to our meetings. I say, because we have had discussions about changing council times. If we change council times, would we get a crowd like this? I don't know. But if we have a quarterly meeting like this, where people are free to come out and listen and express some views, I think it would be great. But, so I appreciate everybody coming out tonight, I really do.
Same. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank you,
and I'd just say
everyone.
that any of you can reach out to any of us. I don't think I've ever ignored a call. I've never ignored an email, a stop in the grocery store to discuss city business. I'd much rather have that than coffee shop hearsay, what are they doing this for, what are they doing that for? So yeah, I appreciate it too, I really do.
Same. And if you have an issue and you call one of us, usually I get a hold of the department head and it gets taken care of pretty quickly. So, I mean, it's not a bad way to help things move along if you have something that needs looked at.
And or it's shared amongst all of us. So, yeah. Whatever means necessary to get you to offer your input, whether it's these meetings or one-on-one calls, emails, whatever it is, we sure appreciate it, and we'll continue to do whatever we think is best for the community and in your interest. So, anybody want to make a motion?
Motion to adjourn?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.